Hello and welcome to a BCG Black Crow Gaming's podcast. This week there is no Aaron or Toby. You're stuck with myself hosting Sam, and I'm joined here by the lovely Luke from Hive City Gaming slash Redacted slash whatever else he wants to be. Hey Luke, how you doing?
You're right. You're right, Sam.
Thanks for hopping in and joining me. It looks like we're getting some highs in the chat, which means things are working, which is great. when people when the main guys aren't here and we take over, it's good to know things are working. So yeah, I mean, like I've titled this one Meta Monday. We used to do lots of Meta Mondays, so we're going to talk about what's going on in the meta, what we think is going on. We've both been to I've been to a couple of tournaments recently. You've been to a couple of tournaments recently / hosted a tournament. Yeah, I think we should talk about those things. Theo's your biggest fan, apparently, Luke. Immediately in the chat. Okay, fair enough.
It's a support for Sam. Come on, support Sam as well.
Oh no, I don't need support. It's fine. Just go watch my videos, and that's all the support I need. And I know that Theo has watched some of my videos because he told me when I played against him. that classic. I was watching you.
I was watching you last night, Sam.
Thankfully, he didn't put it that way. But that was a fantastic game. So yeah. So I don't really know how to segue things very well, but we're going to move on to talking about. So you were at Goonhammer last week, and Theo. So
yes. So this weekend just gone.
Yeah, like literally yesterday, right? And
yes.
interesting. So 6 games, right? Like tournaments for me always used to be 6 games. Like back when I used to play in tournaments before taking a break, and I really do like the 5-game format. It does make it a lot easier to travel on that Sunday. I mean, admittedly, when I used to do it, I wasn't the driver, so I could just have a nap if it was really that bad. But how do you find how did you find the 6-game event? Because I've not been to one in a very long time.
Actually wasn't too bad. I mean, it was only an hour drive for us, so we did drive each day, which does make the day a bit longer. It was just after round 5, you just feel like, done. Because of food. Oh no, we've got another 3 hours to go.
Because game fatigue, like it definitely you feel it on the that 3rd game on the Saturday in towards the round 4 and 5. You just like I just want to be I need to finish this game, especially when it's a tight game. You can just feel that tiredness, and I imagine it's just doubled up on that game 6, and it's extra important because it's literally the last game of the tournament. 2 people there were fighting for a golden ticket on that 6th game. I mean, admittedly, that's not that uncommon that a 6th or 7th game is happening for the finals, but for the average Joes of us, in playing more in the middle of the pack, it's probably quite a tiring experience.
I think it's one of the things. A lot of people are used to an RTT now, 1 day or 5-day round. I just think that we saw it quite a lot. I mean, Theo would probably agree with us in the comments. We started seeing a few drops after round 4 and then round 5, and people went, "Well, I could just go home a couple of hours earlier." And if some people traveling 3 hours back on a Sunday, that last game is a bit rough.
God, yeah, I can see the logic behind that. I'm just really not a fan of people dropping. If you're there for the weekend, you're there for the weekend. There is always reasons to drop, health or emergencies or whatever. I'm not saying that no one should ever drop because that would be ridiculous and unrealistic. But I do think that when people are just like, I can't win the tournament anymore, I'm not really bothered, and I'm just going to go. It's poor sportsmanship in my opinion. Play out your games, especially in tournaments like Goonhammer, where opponent win percentage is a rank. So effectively leaving early could screw. Actually, it could. So it wasn't strength of schedule, which is done based on number of wins. It was win percentage. So if someone dropped at 3-0, they would have 100% win rate, which would be better than dropping in strength of schedule at 3-0 because it would just count as 3 wins and not.
But flip side to that is they drop a 0-3 and don't get the 3-3 they might have got.
Yeah. Yep. And so I know for a fact that my friend Alex got 6th place in that event, I think, and lost to 5th place, which was best chaos by 0.05%.
Wow, so it was quite close then.
But that's not possible in a 6-game event. 5, unless people drop.
Yeah.
Which is just like that is extra feels bad, right? Especially since he got more battle points than first place.
Yeah, because battle points. We didn't realise this ourselves until a couple of games in. Battle points don't matter.
Literally, he got 500s and a 70. Oh, something stupid. No, the last game wasn't 100. Last game wasn't 100. It was 400s, a 70, and like an 80 something. So it was like 550 at the end, 555. But yeah, it was just I looked at that and went, oh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
When you do so well, and then and the one game he lost was to Alex Harrison, who came second. So like it's not really like he. I mean, yes, he technically like submarined up, but path to victory would have put him in that position anyway. But like. Still, it feels bad whenever you no matter what the tie breaking is, you'll always find a way that like one of those tiebreakers you'll probably have done better than most of the people in your tiebreak area. So there's always that feels bad moment no matter what. But I feel like victory points incentivizes the most interesting gameplay because it means that one, you have more of a when you're losing, you don't just go, well, I've lost this game, oh well.
Yeah, it matters. You need them 10 points. You need 15 points. Yeah.
Having that like I'm going to try and edge out every bit of points here or there. And especially that's even more incentivized when it comes to WTC, because one of the things like WTC style scoring, the 20-0, is the only game where actually all 5 turns like you play your hardest. Because quite often on the non-scoring, which to be fair, I'm not sure. I like having a mixture of both. I don't want all events to go one way or all events to go the other. It's good to have options and different, feels. Because also sometimes it's nice to not have to stress until the end of the game. You get to the point where the game's decided and go, okay, look, I'm going to get these points here. You're going to get those points there. Like, there's no reason for me to stop you or for you to stop me. With the game's over, let's just earn as many points as possible and have like a nice feeling towards the end. Whereas if in like a team event, you're like, no, I'm going to stop you scoring every single possible point you can, even if I'm at 0 points right now. Like I'm going to stop you scoring and so on. So I do find that difference quite interesting.
100%. I mean, based on the final placings, I wasn't too upset about using opponent win rate in the end, considering I only lost to 1st and 3rd.
Oh, okay, pretty good.
So I was 7th, but finished 8th because the pairings changed, the placings changed a couple of times. So I don't know what my final placing actually was in the end.
I can have a look because I have it here.
Cool.
Your final placings was 8th, yes.
So this is where it got confusing though. So I got 8th, but I won best in bracket.
What?
Yeah. So I was 7th,
Weird.
and then I got dropped to 8th because something changed.
We don't know. The person in 7th, unless maybe there was like a weird like forfeit issue or something like that. The person in 7th had a better opponent win percentage and battle points. Yeah, Liam.
Yeah. So Liam was below me. He was 8th. I was 7th, and then for some reason we'd switched.
Yeah. I mean, something must have been not worked out correctly or something, because what it shows is that, I mean, why am I doing this? We can swap over to this scene and you can see what I'm looking at. So, yeah, so if you see your 2 scores, I mean, it looks like he should be above you in either way of doing the pairing. So, but yeah, it doesn't. I suppose it doesn't matter in the end. Did you get a little trophy for that or anything?
Yeah, so I got a voucher, trophy, T-shirt, and some like a 9-inch range ruler for Goonhammer.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the other thing was this bit didn't actually matter, but it did if Ellen Perkins overtook me. So I also got best Imperium, which is also
there was
a weird
no
one.
Imperium all the way up. Oh, because the top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Which is a weird one because I've never won best Imperium before. It's normally best Chaos.
Yes, you are very much a Chaos person. That's What are you do? Also, yeah, I think we need to address this. Why are you playing sisters? What
Um,
happened to you?
I don't know what happened to me.
You given up on the chaos gods?
At the moment, the motivation around demons is kind of in the garbage a little bit, not knowing what's actually going to happen.
Yeah, but you didn't just play demons. I mean, you played world eaters. You've played. Have you not played Thousand Suns as well? Like you've
I'm
got a
playing
good.
Thousand Suns tomorrow. Actually,
But you're still playing sisters this weekend.
yeah. I mean, I've got a fair bit of sisters. I got a bottle of a mate, and it's just kind of using him a bit. And actually, I quite enjoyed the play style. I'm just going to ram some tanks down your throat and see what happens.
Interesting. That really just wait. Okay, because we're talking about you playing sisters, I'm now going to hop us over to the so this for anyone that doesn't know, in the chat there is a RTT that both of us will be attending on Sunday. The
Yep.
lists were posted this morning. I've had a quick look through, and yeah, Luke is playing sisters, so I think we should have a look at Luke's list.
So, caveat: my list has changed since Goonhammer.
Oh, has it? That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Is it still the same detachment?
same detachment. Flamers of Bring, as I call it, or Bringers of Flame.
Yeah,
Uh,
Flame is a bring. I love the version 2. I like to think is not the second version of this list. It's the second version of the Bringers of Flame name.
yes, let's go with that. Let's totally go with that. Um, so two
So this
usual
is a
characters.
classic characters that I expect to see in every sisters list.
Yep, my
I
Goonhammer
I've
one did have Judith, but that's gone.
yeah I had the not so great pleasure of being on the other side of both of these characters on Saturday, and
Ooh,
it actually ended my win streak for a while. I was like, "Oh, come on!" Damn it. It's a really, really close game, really good game against our sisters player Charlie, who is also going to be at this event. So um, I might be looking for revenge on Sunday. We'll see.
I'll see you round one.
Yeah, well, yeah. Who knows? We could match each other round one. There's enough sisters players. I could play sisters every game. That would be interesting.
Yep,
But yeah, so this is, I mean, quite standard so far with those two. And
yep.
we've got you got triple immolator. So I'm assuming I'm about to see 3 Dominion squads. I can't remember exactly what's in this list, but I'm very intrigued by the reason for this. Is this just you had 45 points left over?
So basically, taking my Goonhammer list, which had 3 squads of 3, I had to drop Judith and 2 squads to get the rest of the stuff I wanted in to make
Okay.
it. And actually, this is much more optimized than I had a Goonhammer. That is there. I have 45 points, and they're just going to run on at some point and probably contain.
Right. Oh, so you put them in reserve and literally just like, they're gonna come on and do like,
Yeah,
locust somewhere if it's like turn 3, and or they're just
uh,
little scoring
45
unit.
points to give me.
Suppose
And if you
45-point scoring unit's not bad, yeah.
and then if you have to deal with them, if you don't, they're still going to try and pick up a unit or score more points.
Yeah, do they pick up a unit though? Like I suppose
It's
maybe if they run into a cultist unit, they might kill.
18 attacks hitting on 4s with sustained.
Oh, that's 12 hits.
Yeah, and then strength 5.
So 3's but twin link, right?
And not twin links anymore.
Oh, okay.
If
So
they
you're
are twin
getting
links, I've
like,
been underplaying them.
okay. They get like 8 wounds ish to something, and
But
they're no AP,
45
right?
points, it's no.
They're not killing a Jackal squad, is what I was calculating there.
But then to be fair, Jackal Squad is twice as expensive as them.
No, it's only 65.
Oh, 65.
Yeah, and
Okay,
Jackal's sticky objectives and give icon rerolls and hit harder apparently.
apparently. But they're not 45 points, that's all that matters.
Nah, yeah, I wish there were 45 points. God, if there were 45 points. Um,
Yep.
okay, so Castigator with battle cannon, battle cannon, battle cannon. Cool. That's
Is
triple
what it
heavy
is.
bolters on them. But it's just the triple. I'll be honest. I look at them and go, oh, okay, that's not too bad. And then they fire the triple heavy bolter, and I'm like, what? How does that do so much damage? It's just like
Okay,
what?
so here you go. So Emulator shoots you first, removes your cover. The
Yeah,
Cascade shoots you, increase AP, and all of a sudden you've got AP2 ignoring heavy bolters in shot. You're like, what?
yeah. And it's the sustained hits as well, and it's just like
Yeah.
they can spike really heavily, and then the hunter killer, which should never do anything because we know, So wait, let me properly highlight this. There we are.
I mean, one game at Goonhammer, I did miss with 4 of them.
I mean, appropriately named. Although I think
Yeah.
against like who was it? I think it was at Hive City, the Dark Angels player I played against. I think every single one of his um uh no, two his first 2 hunter killers did damage, and I was like, this isn't allowed. Like you can't go through my invulnerables and everything. Like that's not how this works. They have to do nothing. And then the third one, I think, missed or something.
Okay.
Um so Dominion squads, so these 4 melter guns, yep. And so you
Yeah.
swap these with the immolators to get scout in the immolators and to have a little 5-man scoring unit and 4 melters in a squad inside the vehicle. It's pretty like I think this is amazing. I just don't understand how this is like fair. Like why don't
It's
I
not.
get stuff like this? Why doesn't other like this? It just seems like really like no wonder that most lists have at least like 2 of these. I mean 3, I haven't seen 3 before, but it doesn't surprise me. I think the
I
only issue
mean,
I have with
I
3 is just space coming out of deployment zones with them.
it's actually normally all right, actually. It's the table quarters which is the hardest normally, but
Mm.
they're actually generally all right. I mean, I only had 2 Dominion squads at Goonhammer, but 3 is just much better, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's because the thing is, melter guns against most armies, I like see melter guns go, not that big a deal. Only like strength 8 or 9, right, or whatever. Um, with sisters with a certain 6 women, um, they're just insane.
And then don't forget, Bringers of Flame, advance and shoot, +1 strength within 12 inches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the oh, let me advance 6 inches. Oh, let me shoot and do 6 damage with the 1 melter that gets through or whatever, which goes to 8 damage. And it's like, okay, cool. And then oh, and the other thing is like, just oh, you battle shocked? No, I'm just gonna use a 6.
Yeah, just why not? Because there's a 6.
Yeah, because you have so many 6s. So the thing that Charlie did against me multiple times with these paragons was using Morgan Val,
Yep,
spending like any time that he had a 1, Morgan Val would use it and then it would roll a 6.
that's the one.
It's
You
just like,
use the
come on.
you burn the CP and just I'll have more dice, please.
It doesn't burn CP.
Burn a
Yeah,
miracle dice
miracle
on your
dice.
board.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Burn
getting extra dice, but then also, oh look, that happened to be the thing that killed the unit. Like the rest of the squad softened it up, and then she
Yeah.
finished it off. Oh look, there we are. It's pretty effective. It's um yeah, the output from this stuff. Like I look at it on the table, look at it on the stats, and you just go, ah, it's not that big of a deal. Like they got some melt guns, some other stuff, but I'm gonna run into the army and kill like half of it or whatever, and then move on. But it's like you run into stuff and the maths doesn't math
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, I smack you, on average should about kill you. Oh, you passed a little bit hot, and then that last one just gets miracle diced away, and you're like, oh, I've suddenly left like 2 things left alive, and that's a warsuit and file. Oh, look, my unit's dead now. Like,
Well, yeah, it happened to one of my opponents. To be fair, he rolled it poor and I did roll it hard. He charged Warp Talons into Seraphim. His Warp Talons killed effectively 4, but I failed 5 dice, so I'll CP one of those and I have a pass. Thank you very much. One will survive and wave at you.
yeah, yeah,
It just changes the
it's
maths.
it's brutal. Like, I do think sisters are interestingly strong at the moment. Like, that was the first time I've played against them in Prior Nexus. Since this first time I played against them in Codex, and I was just like, this is not what I'm used to. Like, they just it, you know, things bouncing, Overwatch is happening. Like, it's just it reminds me of that early Eldar. Like, it's not nearly as oppressive as it, but it's not far. And it's like I just said that wrong, didn't I? Not nearly as, and then not far. But yeah, it's like it has a lot of like the twinges of like, oh, it feels like that. It's like you're not having to roll dice in times, and
Yeah.
uh, just everything just like all the moments that you need to go your way, you just have so much more power to make it go your way.
Oh, I need a 6 on a dice to kill your vehicle. That's nice.
Yeah,
It's things like that. It's just like, oh, my melter needs a 6. I'm not even going to risk it then. Here you go, present.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Although, funnily enough, my Angron blew up twice.
actually do.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, obviously the end of this list is the Paragon Warsuits, and then only 5-man Seraphim squads, not
Yeah,
tempted by the 10-man.
because my Goonhammer Seraphins only had 2 5s. One only had bolt pistols. One had infernal pistols. Neither of them are very good. It's usually the scoring denial. So behind me on my it's that way.
Yeah,
In
you
my
got
desk, there's literally 15 Seraphim being put together with hand flamers right now.
it. Yeah, that's. I mean, the flamers are the way to go, especially literally. You've got flamers of Bring, right? So
And the dead winning. So when I do get a 4th squad sorted for flamers, having an 8 hand flamer unit, which can just go, wait a minute, I've got dev wounds on flamers. Oh, on top of that, I can have a 6. I'll just burn you.
yeah, yeah. Just it's.
All right, it's fine. Come on, Sam. Why not show us your list? Come on.
Oh, we're gonna go through mine now.
Yeah, let's go through
The
yours.
list that
Come on.
hasn't changed in forever.
Theo says, "Why don't you check out my list?" Fear you're not going.
Yeah, for a wrong tournament, but
Yeah.
I mean, we could always go back. Well, we could look at a different thousand. I think there's. Do you have
Any
a Thousand
Thousand Suns?
Suns player at
I
this
think there was a
one?
Thousand Sun player. I've never
There's
seen
one.
one.
Oh yeah, Corbin's coming.
Ah, yes, Corbin.
Actually, there's something I need to look up in Corbin's Thousand Suns list. There's 2 things actually. 2 things I have no idea what they do.
Go on,
on
then.
that
Let's have a
list.
look. We could do Corbin.
So I mean, here's actually Theo. Maybe you can tell us. So I mean, it starts off very normal. Araman,
Yep.
Exalted Sorcerer on disc with the Law of Forbidden Law, Lord of Forbidden Law. Infernal Master with Vortex, Infernal Master with Crystal. Pretty standard. You usually have at least, well, I mean, the Vortex is exactly it. No JP Chaos and not Legends yet.
JP, if that's the JP, I think it is.
There is too much in our Legends as it is. We got punished for the amount of range that Loyalists had. You just triggered me there, JP.
If that's JP's
I played 3
redacted, we're having
Dreadclaws
words.
in 9th.
Leave my
I will
demons
go
alone,
get them.
JP.
They are collecting dust.
I've just both been triggered by JP there.
Yeah, it just appeared and just immediately triggered the 2 Chaos people.
I love you too, JP. Not if you
Oh,
keep
God.
talking about Chaos being legends, though.
I mean, Chaos are legends, just they're not in Legend. We don't want them in Legend.
Oh yes,
they
they're
are
legends.
Yeah. So yeah, this list. We've got Infernal Master, Magnus, and then we've got a Thousand Suns Prince with wings. So I actually don't know what his ability is. I also purposefully forget the Walking Prince's ability because it's stealth, and I don't care. But
oh yes, you don't, do you?
Yeah. I don't know what the
wings
ability is.
Bit of he flies over you and does more wounds.
Okay, that's pretty useful.
If it's not within engagement range of enemy units, you can remove. Oh, it's got once a game.
Uppy Downy.
Uppy Downy. Oh, is it not once a game? It's just at the end of your opponent's turn. If it's not the usual stuff.
Yeah, not an engagement.
Oh, it's every turn, Uppy Downy.
So this could be a Uppy Downy to indirect for like Magnus. Like I know you've got the crystal for that, but like also having a Demon Prince, that means you've got the 2 different ways of doing that. That could be really, really useful in some matchups.
And the crystal one's even better because you can see your secondaries first.
Yeah, crystal one's bullshit. It's
technical term.
Well, because you can do it in your command phase after you've seen secondaries and all of that other stuff, and from combat, right? Can't you?
Yeah.
Can't you like take it out of combat?
I don't know actually. I'm using T-Suns tomorrow. I should probably know this.
I think that you can. At least at one point you could. They might have changed it.
What's about anyway? Yeah, it doesn't say unless you engagement range, you can just disappear and never come back.
And then the Zangor Shaman.
I'd imagine he's got some actual Zangor.
He's got some Zangors. Yeah,
I believe this gives the unit feel no pain or something.
Interesting.
Gives it a feel 5-up feel no pain and 1+ to hit roll. Corbin, if you're shooting Zangor enlightened, I'm gonna slap you.
It's got 2 sets of Zangor Enlightened, but I mean, there's normal Zangors, I assume, that are going with it. But...
I don't know if it was. Yeah,
So I assume it doesn't have like the mounted to go
it can
with
go
the.
with either Zangors or Zangors
Really?
Enlightened. Yeah,
Okay, well,
it does
how
move
fast it move?
10.
Oh, okay, so it moves as fast as Anger
I
Online.
think it is on a disc as basic because it is
Okay,
mounted.
fair enough. I'm
Yeah,
incorrect then. So maybe that goes with one of these, and although it doesn't really, I'm not sure exactly what this is for.
I'll
Maybe it
tell you
goes by
what.
itself as an extra scoring unit. I don't
It
know.
could do 2 fair. It's only 6 points. I'll let you know Sunday after round 3 where that Sharvan goes.
You're calling that you're going to be playing him round 3.
No, we'll both just sit, we'll stand and watch him for 3
Oh
rounds and see
right,
what he does
yeah,
with it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so then the rest of this list is very standard. You've got 3 rubrics. You've got 2 Muta Vortex Beasts, Cultists, and Enlightened. So lots of scoring at the end.
Yeah,
There was one other list that I feel like we need to address. Especially,
is
I'm
this yours?
hoping. Hmm? We'll go
It's
to
your list.
mine. Do you want to go to mine now? Or
I
I can
mean,
save the other
can
one.
I guess it? Is it Angron,
Can you guess it? You've seen the list.
Juggernaut guy, whatever he's called, Master Juggernaut guy.
Why can't I
Probably a
see
Master
mine?
Executions. Probably a load of 8-bound, Exalted 8-bound, and Berserkers. That's probably about it, really. Maybe a Rhino,
Why am I not on this list?
because you need to go to page 2.
Oh, what? Okay, my phone. There's no page 2. That's weird.
There we go.
Not used to having multiple pages. Why is it 32 is the cutoff? That's so weird. Okay, so my list.
That Chaos has been moved to Legends, as JP said.
This is okay. This is going well.
JP, did you do this to us?
Okay. Apparently, BCP is having issues. Let me try
Good
someone
timing there,
else's list.
BCP. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that. Let me hop back to the other page because I'm going to see if a different. No comment. No, okay, right. We're done with the BCP part of the podcast. Apparently, maybe we'll come back to this later. But yeah, let's. I mean, we're about 25 minutes in, 28 minutes in, so let's get on to the more interesting thing.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
I think we just got pairings, boy.
wait. But
Wait a minute. We're not going anywhere yet. They're up.
events
Mine, they
not
are.
found.
They're up here.
Okay, just give me a second. I will get to this. Play my events. No, this is my. It's just BCP is not playing ball.
What is it? Mine is. Your stuff.
We could talk about them off our phones.
I mean, it's going to be very interactive, but we could do.
Actually, well, okay, we'll figure out BCP. But who are we playing each other round 1? That's question 1.
No.
Okay. Question 2. Who are you playing?
What you're playing?
No, who are you playing?
Who am I playing? Oops, one person. I'm not Sam.
Thea's asked if I've got McDonald's Wi-Fi. You do realize that I'm streaming this. This is not to do with internet speed at all because, like, I work for BT. This is the fastest internet you can get.
There's so many jokes I can make right now, Sam. I'm playing Phil, who's running Eldari.
Okay.
So obviously we've seen my Broken Sisters. Death Jester with Fate's Messenger, obviously.
Of course.
Farseer Skyrunner, Reader of the Runes, Solitaire, a Troop Master, and a second Troop Master.
Oh, I've seen this list, yeah.
Yeah, some Guardian Defenders. I guess just to generate him some Miracle Dice. Oh, Miracle Dice, Fate Dice, his version of it.
The worst version.
Yeah, I've got the better version.
Yeah, which is just ridiculous.
3 squads of Harleys.
Yeah,
2
which makes
Weavers.
sense. They're the small squads though, right? There's 2 5s and a 6.
2 5s and 6 looks about right. Yep. 2 Star Weavers, the transports. It's got Vulcan, 2 Fire Prisms. Oh, 2 Fire Prisms.
2 Fire Prisms, okay.
Scorpions, some Swooping Hawks, Void Weaver with the big cannon, 2 Vipers with one's got a missile launcher, one's got a shuriken cannon.
Okay.
Okay. And a squad of 5 Warp Spiders.
I mean, your list seems pretty tuned to just
So my only
fun at that.
practice game I had before Goonhammer was against Eldari.
So Eldari are fast and squishy. You're fast and deadly.
Well, yes, but I only won by 3 points. Keynote. It was against Adam, my teammate.
Mhm.
I only won by 3 points.
Well, I mean, I can't remember what the first mission is off the top of my head, but
Not a clue.
yeah. Well, I
If it,
could look up that as well, but
is your internet working for that though?
my internet's working fine. Otherwise, we wouldn't be live.
I'm just going to blame BT. I'm just blaming BT at this point.
It's definitely not. I'm blaming BCP.
I'll see if I get the missions up.
Wait,
Oh,
I've got
guys, we've been very
BCP's back.
interactive here.
We got it back.
Oh,
Oh, here we go.
hello, hello, hello.
Wait, let's have a look at this. Oh, Dale versus Gareth on the first.
Oh, Ray versus Connor.
Ray versus Connor. That's gonna be an interesting game because, I mean, like Connor's list is quite interesting. Very tanky, lots of bodies to chew through. But Ray's, I mean, Plague Marines and Death Shroud and Brigands. I feel like it's got a lot of tools to do that shredding.
And -2 weapon skill with the Nurglings combined with the Death Guard rule.
He'll probably go -1 AP though.
I don't know. Do you against Templars?
You,
I've got the missions though. If you would like those, it's sweep engagement.
oh, I love sweep engagement.
A bit of a sweep of engagement. It's take and hold.
Okay.
And adapt or die.
Nice high scoring games on the first round then.
Lovely high scoring game. Everyone's getting hundreds, 100 draws. It's just holding objectives, really, isn't it?
Yeah, like that one. Sweeping engagement's pretty good as well. I really like that deployment at the moment. It feels just like you have space, and it means that you can play defensively and play aggressively. It just
Yeah, I agree. Go on then, let's see what you've got.
I'm against Space Marines. Paul Reed. Have a look at this list. Disco Inferno. Oh no. that's some. I think I know where this is going. Okay, so it is Gladius, which means he's got fire discipline on a biologist, which means I'm and a captain in Gravis armor. I wonder what's happening here.
I have no idea, Sam. Have you ever seen a list starting like this before?
I mean, not with the Adrax at the top.
Well, we're not Adrax. He just
I actually have no idea what Adrax does, but
he looks good. Looks good.
Vulcan Hastan gives like rerolls to like melters and flamers, right?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I've never seen either on the field in 10th. I don't think so.
I've seen Vulcan once. The lieutenant, is that the Storm Shield? I don't know. Is that the guy that gives lethal hits, or is that the guy that is like lone op?
I think he's just going to use the Storm Shield to try and stop Angron's axe, if I'm honest.
That's a given, but I mean, let's be honest, Angron's not going to deal with a lieutenant.
No, the lieutenant will deal with him.
Yeah. I love that the apothecary biologist is the warlord.
Why wouldn't it be? The captains are never warlords these days. Come on.
There's Vulcan Hastan in the list. He's playing Salamanders, and he. This is. I want to do secret mission, please.
Yeah.
So I know where my master executions is going. I love killing apothecaries first, especially if they've got fire discipline. So 1 battle line unit of assault intercessors. Oh, there's the aggressors. Oh, they've got the
didn't take us long to find them. Oh,
which means that they don't get the. Okay.
No,
so he's got a captain going with the aggressors for the 3 strat, and then he's gonna have. I bet there it is, eradicators. These are gonna be the what's it called?
Biologist,
yeah.
Yeah, sustained, lethal, the lot going on.
And then Blade Guard Vets probably with Hastan.
A big unit of Blade Guard Vets as well.
Yeah. Oh, Inceptors had to be ruined, didn't it?
It's just I'm not commenting on playing Sisters, but how dare you to be in Inceptors?
it's only 1 squad of Inceptors and it's only 3. That's like handleable.
We like
Infiltrators, Redeemer, Repulsor. So Redeemer's gonna have one of the units in like probably the aggressors or something. Yeah, aggressors can go in Redeemer, right?
I think so.
And then Repulsor will probably have the as in that's a normal Repulsor as well, so it's not even the Executioner, so it's got all the space.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Oh,
Televis.
yay!
Just what you like to see. Your Vex, your moving Vex.
Yeah, the Vex that drastically is worse for melee armies than it is for shooting armies. But yeah, I mean, at least this one's blown up, so it's not a huge difference either way. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you can shooting armies can stay out of its range. I can't.
Yeah,
I
basically.
just don't use strats and then save up CP and then do loads. I mean, against at Hive City in my third game, there was one point where I had 6 CP.
Brilliant. The problem is, I normally turn my dice to a 6 when I'm out of CP.
I just take the dice off the top of the building.
I never get 6 CP. I'm always like 3 or 4. Then I burn 3 in a turn. I go, it's a 6. So I'm never having 6. But now you've actually had a 6 in the game. I'm gonna have to stop doing that.
Yeah, no, I went from 6. I think I chewed through it very quickly shortly after that, because I think in that next turn I sort of like heroicked, precisioned with Angron, and also that was a dead Azrael. And then I also, I think, -1 damaged in another place, that's 4 CP right there. And then I think I might have even rapid ingress that turn.
Okay.
I spent a lot of CP. I will never end a game like without like most of the time being on 0 CP. I might spend the first like turn or two like getting it up, and then as soon as the important engagements start happening, it's like, oh, there goes all my CP.
Yep, burn.
So he's got no scouts, 1 infiltrator squad, and an assassin. And
What do you
then
reckon? What do you fancy? Do you fancy your chances?
I mean, I feel it's not. It's this, right? Like,
Yes. How strong are their Firestorm gauntlets?
I think they're. No idea actually. Redeemer as well. The Redeemer Overwatch and their Overwatch is very scary into a lot of my stuff. I just have to use buildings basically, so it all depends on the terrain and how well I can stage myself into positions.
So the model gets the Firestorm gauntlets or it can have the bolt gun and the grenade launchers. It doesn't have the grenade launcher either. The Firestorm gauntlets are D6 plus 1 per model, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Ignores cover, torrent. There's no AP on it anyway. Strength 4, 1 damage, twin links. A lot of shots.
Did you say how many shots is it?
D6 plus 1 for each one.
Each one. It's not, but it's 6. So it's 6d6 plus 6, which is 27 on average. So it does hurt, especially with twin linked.
Twin linked, yeah.
It
I
means
don't know if
that
it's a strat that he can use there as well to help, but
it's Gladius, so
there'd be something.
It probably has something, but not necessarily anything that's like, it's not got the like mortal wounds with flamers or whatever strat that
it could
you
use
have.
a dev. Yeah, well, yeah, it could use a dev doctrining and get AP1. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Good.
We'll
Look at you
see.
trying to work out how you're going to beat it now.
It's already going through my head. I won't be thinking. I genuinely, I'll be thinking about this all week now. This is why there is a detriment to pairings coming out round like on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. So we've just had a llama enter the chat. Have a look at what Darren's got first round. Oh, World Eaters.
Oh, hello.
Okay. This is looking like the vanilla list.
I've seen this before somewhere.
Not me. You've not seen me play this list.
No.
I've never ran Mass Executions and Khan in the same list at a tournament. Yep, this is the vanilla list. I mean, to be fair, it's a very standard, very good list. My issue with it is I don't like having 2 rhinos and Angron to deploy. But in the same way that I was talking about, the 3 things coming out. Most terrains have 2 good spots to come out, not 3. Like that third one is not great. But I mean, it doesn't mean this doesn't work because you can, if anything, you can send one Rhino aggressively and hold one back behind some terrain in your deployment zone. Like there's definitely ways that this. I mean, Anthony Vanilla does extremely well with this list and has won tournaments with it. So, and it's his team's list. So, as well. So he's been playing it all year round. There's lots of games on YouTube that show how well to play this list as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, my personal preference is the lack of having 2 units of 8 bound bothers me because their reroll aura is so good, and
Yeah,
the extra scout unit.
6 man, 8 bound exalted.
Yeah, 6 and 3.
Now.
It's very normal. 3 might be in reserve, might not be. It all depends on what they really want to do. The 2 units of jackals are just I don't leave home without 2 units of jackals now. They're just too good. And I'll just throw them into the middle of the board against my opponent in most games and just be like, you've got to deal with them. You know, they're so good at dealing with like scouts or rangers or, you know, Gaunt's ghosts or whatever, you know, like whatever screening unit the opponent puts to stop your scout moves, the jackals go and deal with. And it just feels like it's a free trade because they have to do something about it. And you're like scoring, either you're scoring primary because they're stood on an objective, or they're living and sticking that objective, or they're dying and sticking that objective. So the opponent has to do something about them, which means putting something on that objective, which then your rest of your arm goes yum.
Makes sense. So I think one of the lists we do need to look at now we've got it working again is Toby.
So Toby's and Peter's as well.
Okay, got 2.
Peter is playing against
oh dear,
Anthony Andrews.
Black Templars. Ooh.
Black Templars. We'll get to that matchup in a second, but we do need to find Toby.
Is he on the bottom table already? No.
Did I miss him? There he is. Like Dark Angels beat Dark Angels.
Oh, I got the mirror.
So, something tells me these 2 lists are very different.
What gives you that idea, Sam? We've got no idea.
Bowhammer walks. So, I mean, very standard. Apothecary Biologist with Fire Discipline. We've got Azrael.
Looks normal,
literally
normal
start of every Gladius Task Force list, pretty much. Even a Lieutenant with a combi weapon. Okay, it's pretty cool. Assault Intercessors. Normal Intercessors. That's interesting. You don't normally see that many of these flying around because these are cheaper.
Yeah, they're just 5 point cheap and they move faster.
But if you have 5 points. So no, Assault Intercessors, they move at the same
speed.
They're
not the jump out ones, are they?
No. They get the battle line. Then you got the jump out ones.
There's the jump ones I'm thinking of, which are 80 points still anyway.
But battle line, right?
I don't use any of that apparently.
Lots of scoring units in here, and then we have that Eradicator squad with the Fire Discipline. This is, I mean, looking to be quite a normal list. Scout squads. We're missing the Deafening Knights. They usually fit in here before that scout squad.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of points, Sam.
Scouts,
we're missing a lot of points.
Scouts are like at the bottom of the list, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, except for the allies, right? So we got the assassin still at the bottom, right? Oh wait, that's not an assassin.
No, that's where the points are.
1,100 points. I'm so excited to see this on the table.
You know, someone's going to knock it over though.
It'll be Toby.
It'll be, yeah, himself. Yeah.
Is Ice coming to this one? Nah, Ice is is the least likely.
No, Ice just the chillest of dogs.
Just gonna fart and make someone run away in horror.
Get over. Darren points out they're sticky objectives.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
Fair enough. I mean, usually you just see like a scout unit sit on the home for the whole game, but yeah,
I don't think Toby's got that luxury.
He's got a lot of scoring units, to be fair.
He just needs to tighten on the
scoring units than the list that I'm playing against.
Yeah. He just puts his titan on the home objective and say, "Go on then."
Yeah, and his other foot is on the middle objective, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So big.
If it explodes, you're in trouble.
Oh god.
What is the explosion on one of those?
I imagine it's like 2d6 or d6 plus 6 or something like that.
I'm gonna have a little cheeky looking.
Yeah. So should we see the other list in this matchup?
Yeah, go on. If I could find
the other Dark Angel list.
Big boy knights.
Toby, Brent Walker. This is version 6.5. Beats your version 2.
Wow, someone's experience with Dark Angels.
Oh, we've got a difference already. We've got a captain, and another enhancement. I don't actually know what this enhancement does.
Honor? No, I don't know what that one is, do you? Not one recognise.
I'd have to like pull up the PDF of the codex to go
Yeah,
and look.
yeah,
That's a pain. Oh, and artificer armor. I assume it's just better armor. But
It's 2d6 explosion for the Warhound, by the way. It's a bit
2d6.
disappointing.
That's spiky as hell.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what am I checking? The Gladiator Space Marine.
Yeah, honor vehement or whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce that.
Honor is 1+ strength or 1 insult doctrine, 1+ attack and strength. 1 plus attack and strength, or 2+ attack and strength if an assault doctrine.
Good.
Yeah.
And the captain, because doesn't the captain have like a way of like getting it? Is it, or is that just the chaos one that gets extra damage and stuff?
The captain has some good stuff as well.
Yeah,
Captain has
free strat.
Free strat. Add 3. Add once a game. It can add 3 to his tactical characteristic and have dead wounds. So we can have a +5 in the right doctrine.
Dev wounds.
What weapons it got in combat? Paired combat blades.
No.
It's Mastercrafted power. So we have 6 attacks basic, so it could have an 11 attacks just from that.
Damage 2.
Damage 2. So it'll be strength +2, so it'll be strength 7, AP 2, 2 damage plus. Haven't they got another strat to give it like a +1 to wound or an extra AP or something?
Yes, I think
they're in the right doctrine.
APs but all of that has to be in the assault doctrine, so I'm not sure if that. I assume that is probably the way that works. Anyway, that's a deadly combat thing. I don't think it scratches the Titan though.
I think it's a challenge at times with Joel. That's what
happens. So we've got Captain, we've got Az, and we've got an Apothecary. So I wonder, and this is the lone op guy. So we've got 2 assault intercessor squads. Oh, we've got another aggressor. This is the normal aggressor. So is this? Yeah. Okay. So there's no eradicators. So this aggressor squad is going to have the fire discipline.
Makes sense.
But then some more scoring units. We've got only 1 set of Deathwing Knights.
I'm not going to sound sad about
that. We've got 2 Dark Angel lists going against each other, and there's only going to be 5 Deathwing Knights on the table. That is glorious.
This is like old Dark Angels again.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the Titan, but.
Yeah. We've got a Land Raider, and we've got a Repulsor and a Repulsor Executioner. So a few big vehicles here.
Firepower there.
Yeah. So that's 2 Land Raiders we've seen in the few lists that we've looked at.
It's a shame if someone bought some melters to deal with those.
Well, everyone has melters, right? Yeah, but that's an interesting Dark Angel off at the start. I'm excited to see what happens in that game. Yeah, so there's 3 World Eater players here. So Charlie's getting a repeat against World Eaters.
I love that. Any other tasty pairings we like them?
Like I say, I really want to show off
Eater's
list. Am I just blind? Where is he? There he is.
Aha.
Because this list has the best name.
Toby, I'm coming for you. He's dueling that Titan.
Yes, he wants to. And when we're talking about big models, this list is Catan, Hexmark, Technomancer, Silent King, Catan, a single spider, a single destroyer, Tesseract Bolt.
Yeah, just as you do. Just.
It has 12 models, and that's 3 of them are in the Silent King.
I want to see this list first, Toby.
I want to
just
see
because.
Toby. Because of this.
That's all that matters. And it's the Vault versus Titan.
Yeah, it's a teleporting Vault versus the Titan.
Yes. Well, I don't think the Titan really cares about the range of where the Vault sits, but
this is I wonder how it will work with like how easy it will be for them to get line of sight on each other. Like, is it just going to be there's always going to be line of sight, or is it going to be actually like a little duking at the start of the game?
Question.
But I'll be disappointed if we don't see this matchup all weekend. But I can tell you, we will be hearing Peter all weekend because that man is the loudest man on the planet. Lovely guy, but you hear him from the next room over. Actually, no, you hear him from the next town over.
Brilliant. Okay, so I hear it when I just start my 2-hour drive. I'll hear him about an hour in, or about half an hour in.
Yeah. You'll know who I mean when as soon as.
Okay.
I mean, he has no. He knows that he's loud and he loves it. So yeah. Theo really wants us to look at his list. He's not even in this tournament, but we can go back to the Goonhammer and look at this list. Shame we don't have
I think though we should only talk about Goonhammer lists in the top 14.
top 4. I've got a guess of where Theo came then. That's mean. All right, let's go and look at it. You know, he's nice enough to come in and put chat. Well, let's quickly go and look at what I assume is do I still have Goonhammer up? I do. 1,000 Suns. If this hasn't changed, by the way, Theo, to the last time I saw it, then I'm going to be. I mean, it doesn't need to change. Don't get me wrong, but I'm expecting something shocking with how much you want us to see your list.
I tell you, Theo, what a name of a list, by the way.
It's not even capital.
No, what's he playing at?
It should be capital with a bunch of equals in front of it.
Damn, it's the youth for the youth these days. They can't even do a capital.
Don't phones like automatically capitalize the first character?
Apparently not Theo.
This was purposefully done. We're analyzing it. Also, where's your 15 points, Theo?
Yeah. Oh, Theo, disappointed already. That's it. Disappointed. This is why he didn't finish 14th. You see. Just the points in the D.
All right, we can't be too mean. That just becomes bullying. Good year that 1985.
Good year. I was -6.
Oh, you're older than me.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
I was -9. Yeah.
And
Darren, 1975 was better, but we don't like lists that are 1975. So we've got Exalted Sorcerer with the Crystal, Exalted Sorcerer with the Lord of Forbidden Law. We've got the Arcane Vortex, and we've got the Magnus, and we've got Demon Prince. So this is, I mean,
pretty standard these
sort
days.
Of what I expect from a Thousand Suns list nowadays. Nothing out there, but very strong. Then Rubik's. That's 4. Yeah. So that's the 4 characters then that can join. Oh wait, this is different. You've taken out the Exalted Sorcerer on disc. Oh, I wonder what's where those points went. Okay, so 4 units of Rubik's. We got Mutate. Oh, that's where the points went. We got a second Vortex Beast. I really like this. I think 2 Vortex Beasts are very good. They're weirdly tanky with the 5 up Inva and 5 up Fiona Pain. And then Cultist Enlightened. So you've dropped a unit of Enlightened and your Exalted Sorcerer on disc for that Mutilith Vortex Beast.
Which I almost left at home and forgot, but we won't mention
that. Was he borrowing yours? Yeah. That would have been awkward.
So, to be fair, I did tell him that if we play round 1, it is getting left at home.
Yeah, that is correct. Like standing them next to the Demon Prince makes them tankier, except if you're playing against World Eaters, because we don't care about stealth.
No, you do
not. So yeah, that's interesting. Like, how, Theo, how did you find your games? What were your tough matchups with it? Would you do you prefer this list to the one you took to Hive City? It'd be really funny if he's just left as soon as he actually.
Yeah, that's it. He's baited us into this, and he's just gone. That's it.
To be fair, it's probably his bedtime.
Oh yeah, I suppose it's 9:30 now, isn't it? That's it. Yeah. I'll have his milk and cookies and go to bed.
All right. I think we've talked a good amount of different
I hate
tournaments.
2 Vortex Beasts. Well, they hate you too, Theo.
Oh dear, oh dear. Why are you taking them then? Or why? I say taking them as if this isn't in the past. He's not coming to our tournament on Sunday. Why? Actually, that's the better question. Theo, why are you not coming to EAGT on Sunday? You're missing
Yes,
out.
Theo. I think you should take 4 Vortex Beasts and see if anyone notices.
I mean, did you see the WTC list?
Homework.
Oh, you're at an event. What event? Is it a Warhammer event? Is I suppose the first question. Otherwise, this is just
GCSE revision event.
oh dear.
And Luke didn't tell me about it.
Shouldn't need to be told. It's EAGT. They're the best events
Everywhere,
around.
No, it is the same weekend as the EA Slam.
Oh, yeah, but it's Saturday to Sunday, isn't it? They're both
The
one
GT
days.
one, which I believe
you could go to both. That's quite a commitment because they're quite far away.
Well, you'll be really impressed that the EA Slam is Saturday and Sunday. So if you did do both,
oh, I thought Sam was just a one-day one as well.
it's GT.
Oh, that's my bad. Ben Pidd's event. I don't know that one. I don't know who Ben Pidd is. Did I?
So Ben Pidd he just runs EA Slam with Paul.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. He's part of Redacted, one of us.
Oh yeah, that's a point. How's the bet with Toby coming along? Redacted versus Black Crow Gaming for
badly.
Is it UKTC?
Yes, I actually don't know. I think you guys are winning, but we're blaming the fact that there's only 11 of us.
Oh, what? And what? Just because we have like 100? It also helps when Redacted run or you know a very prominent member of Redacted runs a tournament and a Black
wins
Crow
it. Yeah. Oh, you got first, second, and
was it first, second?
Hardy got third, 6++.
Yeah.
You got first, second. Yeah.
We got
you
first,
are
second.
Currently,
I can't remember what our next.
We've dropped right off. To be fair, you are. I can't be bothered doing maths. 37-ish points ahead of us.
Ah, that's not like insurmountable.
That's the difference between 12th and 17th.
Yeah. It's very. To be fair, once you get up to the stage, the end of the season, it's very hard to get points because everyone's like, gotten it. It's not a lack of games played at this point. It's like you need a big result to improve scores.
I think my Goonhammer might help us a bit, but it's coming down to LGT.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it always was going to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like if some of us get some huge scores at LGT, then anything can happen. But
and when it's the Redacted first Crow final, we'll find out then, won't we?
Oh God, could you imagine? That would be an upset of a lifetime. Like if we're like if our two teams are in the final, there's no Ignite, no Glass Hammer, like it's just us.
Yeah. We just sit there looking at each other going, fancy a pint first.
As if we wouldn't already be drunk.
Fair point, yeah. We're just both standing there leaning on the chair going, we've got another one to play. How did that happen?
Yeah. Put it this way, if I go 5-0, I'm not sure I'm living to the end of the 6th game.
Oh dear.
Last time we got Redacted Crow, we got 72-72 at LGT. There was a Redacted Crow game last year that drew.
Oh yes, round 5 of LGT.
Really? Wow.
Yes, me and Darren.
Wow. Okay.
So I had just had the historically bad run. I had Liam Calibot first. I beat one of the guys from Team Belgium and Team Netherlands. I can't remember which way round it was.
Wow.
And then I played. Did I play fourth? Oh no, I played Mark Cumblehome second. Then played Desert. Then me and Darren had a game round 5. Great game to be fair. We actually believed he'd won it, but he basically got 2 points on his secondary. But we didn't realise at that point he already had 39 points second row. So we thought we both won. It was like, it's not letting you win. Oh, you've maxed secondary.
Oh wow,
Oh, I thought he'd won by 1 point.
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. But no, it's a draw.
Wow. Fair enough. I'm very excited for LGT this year. I mean, apparently over 900 people, which should be insane. We'll see how many
They've now
drop.
beaten. I think it's now going to be the largest event ever.
Assuming everyone turns up.
Well, you know, if you this is you have a 10% drop ratio, you have 100 players drop, so hopefully
Yeah.
not. But
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where I don't think we'll have over 900 by the end of day, as in like after day 1. I think
Yeah.
at the start of day 2 we'll have some decent point because it's just too many people. There's always something that goes on. There's groups that will just be like, I'm done.
And there's a lot of people traveling together, so if one person drops because they're ill, you could lose 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows? It might be great. We might not have any issues, and we'll have the biggest event ever, or the biggest event this year, because there has been a LVO that's been like 1,400 right at the start of the event, I think.
I don't know. I thought it was just under 1,000. I got 900 and something.
That was last year, but I thought they'd had one bigger than that before.
900 plus 3 weeks before the event. I hope it does. I think when they were posting up earlier, they were aiming for the biggest event.
Yeah, they didn't say ever. They said and they were meaning this year, I think. But I might be completely off base on this. I thought there was a time where LVO sold like 1,400 tickets. So
I'll just see if I can find anything quick.
yeah,
Not sure how quick I'll be able to find it. To be fair.
it's not a big deal. So I'm sure someone will correct me in the chat or comments or whatever. 895 players at 2 p.m. today.
2 p.m. today. Okay. That has been dropped. I thought 910 had already signed up, as in had paid.
Yeah. Oh no, they were trying to hit 910.
Ah, is that
Message
their
I
target?
saw.
Was it?
Because that's what the LVO one was this year.
Only personal values of players. Yes, that would be a good funny thing actually, because that would be useful.
Walkie-talkies to just blast each other in the ear, right? I mean, this is so LGT last year, I didn't have any issue. I was very fortunate. I ended up on like the end of a table always, end of a row. It can be very. I imagine in the center of that room, in the center of like a line, it can be pretty stressful, like loud and hectic. You just gotta hope that you don't end up in there a lot.
I mean, to be fair, it's at a lot of events, especially even some small events like Goonhammer, because it's a nice space, but you're still quite snuggly as you always are. And yeah, I mean, one point I just couldn't hear an opponent. We ended up having to go stand next to each other half the game just to have a chat.
Yeah, it's I definitely like end up losing my voice towards the end of a event. On Monday I'm like in meetings at work and I'm just like really hoarse and like deep voice because it's just like I've just killed my voice over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, LVO was at 910. There you go. And Theo says he might have to learn sign language. Theo, can you teach me that as well, please?
Does it say sign language is great if your opponent understands it? And I don't know how Warhammer terms work in sign language.
I think I think a
How
few signs
particular
we
people can be on wording. Can you imagine? You're just like,
yeah. Pretty odd. Who is Dale from Redacted again? I can think of a few signs we can throw at you, Theo.
okay, this is not becoming the bully Theo stream. Like this is not happening.
I mean, so Sam, if you lived near us lot in Peterborough, you would just learn it's the bully Theo area.
I think
but
one of my favorite
us.
parts of the Hive City event was when Theo got called out for best chaos, and he walked up and just immediately flipped his finger off at Paul.
Yes,
it's just like, oh, first surprise, fuck you, Paul.
That's him practicing his sign language.
Oh, that was great. And then obviously Paul came second, so
yeah, and Paul was like, how's that go, Theo?
It was great. But yeah, so we're a bit over an hour in.
Yep.
I don't know. We can either choose to wrap up now, or we can move on to embarrassing ourselves on tier list stuff.
I think it's in Bowie. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, that's because he thought he beat me. Epic fail. um, it's up to you. We can have a look at how bad
I
your
don't
tier list
mind.
was.
It's not my bedtime yet. Theo might have to drop off, but
Oh, yeah, sorry, Theo.
although we've also got Grandad on now. Paul's here, so
Oh dear.
you know, maybe maybe it might be his bedtime as well.
Milk and cookies all around.
All right, let me figure out this. So I don't know if everyone, like, if people remember or if they weren't here at the time, because we have had a lot of newer subscribers recently. But at the
Theo's not that
start,
young. He has been born a few more years than that.
yeah, but you didn't watch it. So the start of Pariah Nexus, there was a balanced data slate, and like we got to see all the new missions and everything like that. And before a single tournament had been played on the new balance, we did a tier list. Me, Toby, and Aaron, and it was very fun, very silly. We guessed a lot of stuff, and we had no idea what some factions were going to be like. And I've gone and screenshotted that tier list, and I believe this is it here. Now, there is also, because of this was a 9th edition tier list thing, there was some things missing. So White Scars on their WS is actually World Eaters. Because World Eaters didn't exist when this original tier list was clearly created, but there was a bunch of different chapters that we didn't, do. So yeah, let's just talk about bits that are hilariously wrong and bits that were kind of right. I mean, I think I know which one you want to start on, which would be the demons.
I think, yeah, I mean, demons are good. Don't be wrong. You can put them in A tier, I think, but I don't think they're quite S tier.
Demons. I mean,
Bottom of
have
A
they been
tier.
winning tournaments? I've not seen. Like,
I
they've
don't
been
know if
doing all right at times, but I don't think
they're performing. They're getting a few X and ones.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I don't.
Manny's going to be on for LGT.
Yeah, but that was like a voted thing, and that almost implies to me that they're not going to be that. They're not that strong if people are like, "Oh, let's put Manny on them as for fun or whatever."
But I think they are capable of winning events. I think they've won a few GTs. I don't know if they won anything any bigger than a GT though.
I was going to say GSC have won 2 events.
All right, bit harsh. Right, demon. Okay, no, sorry. Demons must be S tier because even I won an event with them.
Oh, you won an
there we
event
go.
with them in Pariah?
Yeah, I won a GT with them.
Oh, nice.
So
I
one
mean,
event.
I mean, I, as I've experienced, it's not easy to win a GT. You can't belittle that. I would say, yeah, they're probably A or high B. They're
Bottom of
definitely
A,
not
top of
S.
B. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was probably a mistake. I think Blood Angels and Thousand Sons are very strong. Blood Angels maybe isn't quite as high as that. Like, I was very thinking, because they just didn't take the hit that I expected them to.
We're getting all the questions. We'll come back to questions.
Okay.
We'll come back to
Right.
questions.
So we're going to ignore the care home comment for Paul. But the JP, what are your guys' opinions on the highest skill floor army and the highest skill ceiling army? So I always find that people like quantify like highest skill floor. Like, everyone understands highest skill ceiling, highest skill floor. Some people refer to lowest skill floor being good and highest skill floor being good. So the highest skill floor implying it's the hardest to get into, I would say Thousand Suns. Or if it's I'm the bare minimum, just picking up this army, doing really, really well means highest skill floor. I'm looking at something like I don't even know. This is a battle is my like go-to on that, which I might be a controversial take, but it's just such a strong army.
It's looking at which armies, if you're a brand new player to the game, which armies involve learning the least amount of rules, but you still can perform with them. And I wonder, Toby's going to hate me for this one. You know where I'm going with it. I wonder if Marine variants with like
I was thinking
Dark
Marines
Angels.
first. I mean, to be fair, maybe Blood Angels.
Blood Angels. Someone's put Dale's put Votan in the chat. Not a bad shout.
Yeah.
Votan,
Yeah. I mean,
Guard
Votan
is
a weird one
solid.
for me. I would say the easiest army to learn the rules for, I actually think World Eaters might be in there. But performing with World Eaters when you don't know what you're doing with them is very punishing.
Yeah, I mean, this is the question. It's kind of like, what are we looking at? Are we looking at an easy route to go in and get a 2/3? Then you could probably say Marine variants quite easily.
Yeah, I mean, Death Guard I would put in there as well.
Death
Like,
Guard.
they're not overly complicated, although all of the different, um, like, weapon profiles and everything like that could get confusing. But they don't have, like, crazy amounts of, like, overlapping stuff
No,
that they have to do, complicated stuff. But obviously
Tyranids,
to win with games, Tyranids is, yeah. Wolf Jail,
Wolf Jowl, Knights.
yeah. I mean, the thing is weirdly enough, we're in a state where like no army is easy to pick up and play well with. Like it is a complicated game. You know, simplified, not simple. But yeah. Let's see what we got in the chat here. We've had a message retracted from Paul. I wonder what happened there. But yeah, so what else do we have in here that oh, I mean guard.
Guard are
We've
C
put them at
tier.
the
They're not. I don't think they're
bottom.
much better. I think they're not D, but I think they're C.
Really?
Do we say Death Watch? Are they in like an F tier now?
They're, they're Fortran Z tier for just not existing. But for agents, where do you think agents would be?
At the moment, I'm actually feeling bottom of B.
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere like that. Like I
They've
can't
got
see.
potential.
Someone's gonna figure out a way of
Well,
doing something very special with them.
Sons of War, they're RTT, finishing 3-0, going second. Jack tight with agents.
It's also Jack Tight.
It
That's
is also Jack
interesting.
tight, but it is just the OC that list does.
Really? See, this
Yeah.
thing is, I've had a very brief look at it. But obviously, I don't have the codex. But I had a brief look at the leaks. Don't punish me, GW. But yeah, I just can't tell. It just looks like it's just a load of random units that will just do something, but not much.
But
And
lots of units can score well.
yeah, but lots of
They're not
units can
killing
die
anything.
fast. Yeah. Like if you have an army like Sisters or World Eaters or Blood Angel that can put out a lot of damage very quickly, you're not really scoring very well, I don't think.
I think other ones that will stand out to me as being quite wrong on here is probably CSM. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're down to below 40% win rate now, aren't they?
Yeah, so I feel like this was I mean, this was actually just before Glasshammer. So we were proven right there because Josh went and won that with CSM.
Oh, but again, that's Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems like in the same way that there's only 2 players that have done well with GSC, or that I've seen done well. Don't come after me if you're a GSC player that's done well. But there's it feels like there isn't many people. So actually, there is one thing I want to talk about, especially Darren's in the chat. There is Drukhari, and we put them in the middle of or the bottom of B, which is interesting. That's quite low. I don't know why we put them that low because I think they're higher than that.
I think mid A.
But have you seen Art of War's tier list?
If I'm honest, don't tend to watch their tier lists.
No, but like I always find whenever they do a tier list, somebody like posts it in Reddit or on Discords and stuff. But Drukhari were the bottom of their entire tier list.
So I think Jakaro is a weird one. As in, if you give it to an average player who dips in and out of them, it's probably D. But if you're a Jakari specialist, you know the army in and out, and you can play them well, all of a sudden I think you're looking at A. So it probably, depending on how it depends on who's playing the army, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing is most Drukhari players seem to be these like hardcore Drukhari specialists that just play them all the time. And yeah, they might occasionally dip onto other armies, but pretty much like Drukhari is their army and they don't really play anything else. And
Yeah. I think if you look at the top end, it's a mid A.
yeah. I mean, like they've done so well. They've won so many tournaments. Yeah, for some reason they are all only using Sky Splinter except for Darren.
Yeah.
which makes it look like Darren's the one that's like stubborn in his ways and doing stuff like differently on purpose for the sake of it, but he's doing really well with it, so you can't really criticize. Like,
oh no, Darren's doing
yeah.
exceptionally well.
I mean, I really struggle at playing him. I hope I don't play him on Sunday. Like,
Round 2.
yeah, it could be, and if it is, it will be a good game. But yeah,
Yeah. Cheers, guys, in the chat. Well done.
Yeah. You guys are keeping us entertained in the chat. This is great.
So, other things I would change is probably Dark Angels A tier. Bottom of A.
Did we not have what? How did that happen? That's the thing that's most wrong on this. Like, they were definitely not the bottom of B. Like, I mean, I don't think they're S. They're very
I agree, they're
strong,
not S.
but
They're
I don't think
definitely they're in A.
I think we're looking at. I'll be honest. If I was to do this now, I think I put Sisters and Thousand Suns in S. I think you'd agree, yeah. And then BA and DA at the top of A, and then we'd have like Necrons, World Eaters, something else I'm missing. Grey Knights,
Demons.
maybe.
Grey Knights in the right hand. But Eldari, I'd put down to B.
Yeah, Eldari down to B. Space Wolves could
B.
sit at the bottom of A, I think.
Yep. I think Admech down to B.
Honestly, I remember that conversation about Admech. None of us had a clue. That was the biggest guess on here, and I feel like that's the closest. Like, we had seen that they got loads and loads of changes. None of us had ever played as Admech, and it was like, I don't even know what units changed because it's just a load of names. I don't know what they did on the board and all of that other stuff. But I've played against Admech since the changes, and I think they're an interesting army and they have a lot of potential. But I think it is one of those armies where it's like it can flip very hard against you if things don't go your way and you don't play it right.
So I mean, poor guy.
I had enough money, I would play Admech.
Yeah. I played against Admech round 6 at Goonhammer. Lovely guy. He doesn't have the optimized meta Admech list. He knew that going into it. It was a 122 game.
Yeah,
it's a weird one where I can outshoot him, outmove him, outdice him, outtrade him, out. And when you look at it, you just go. But
to be fair, you are Sisters, which you can do that against most armies. So
yeah, I suppose I can outshoot World.
The only thing you don't really do is out tank. You know, you're not a tanky army. If people get to go into you, like, they generally will kill stuff. The only thing is it's not quite as good as you expect because of the miracle dice.
Oh yeah, and you kill a tank and then yeah, exactly. And there's one of the games where obviously he obviously says himself as well. It's not the optimized Admech list.
Yeah.
And it's things like breaches. They're good, but then what was it, 400 and 500 points for the brick with the character?
That's expensive. Yeah, I've not played against breaches.
They're only 3-up save with no invuln. They can activate a 4-up invuln, but they have to use a strat or use their ability for it.
Right.
So I think they're just something's just off, but it's trying to work out exactly what.
Yeah, Theo, that's definitely planned.
What we've already done, Theo, the Dax jump is perfectly placed towards the camera.
Did you not realise that was there? Like,
no, so I literally was painting earlier. I flipped my chair around to get off. It's like
there's no way you didn't do that on purpose. I refuse.
JP, well, nice jumper. Where can I get some of your merch? JP, actually, you own one of these jumpers that you left at Hive City,
which now it's mine.
I believe it's now. Yeah. So that's actually your jumper now.
Right, it was a first place prize.
Yeah, so Sam's wearing it on Sunday at the Crow event.
Could you imagine if I turned up in a redacted gear? I think Toby would disown me.
To be fair, I'm sure Paul will back me up in the chat for this. JP is world famous for leaving something at every single event.
Yeah, so actually,
it's always welcome.
Talking about merch and things, I feel like I need to mention our sponsors, otherwise I will get shot at the end of this. So we are here at, I'll just quickly swap back to this so we can see our lovely sponsors. We have Glasshammer Gaming. That wait down there. I can tell this isn't weirdly mirrored for us at all. So, Glass Ammo Gaming, they are a fantastic sponsor. As Manny's a good friend of Black Crow Gaming, and we are giving all of our viewers and their friends and whoever wants to find out about it 5% off their entire shop. So that includes events tickets and magnets and miniatures and paints and whatever you can buy in their shop is 5% off extra on top of any discount that's already there. Using code Black Crow, and by using that you also support it, which is fantastic, and it means that they support us more as well. And then also we have Terrain Forge, who do fantastic nice I've forgotten the material name, but it's nice solid terrain, laser cut, custom done. You can get your own logos on there. You can have a redacted terrain set. You can choose from like presets of like different types to do, and they do loads of amazing stuff. And you can get 5% off their store with BCG5. Those are in the description as well. So yeah, and then while we're at that as well, plugs wise, we have a load of tactics videos. We've got Dark Angels, we've got Custodes, and we've got World Eaters with me. Those are on the channel. Please go check those out if you're interested in any of those armies. And if you're interested in combat armies in general, my second episode of my series is just all about combat related stuff. So will be relevant to anyone running combat armies. So please go check those out. Yeah, I think like we can hop back to that if there's anything else that we want to talk about on here, but now I've done the plugs, I don't need to worry about anything.
And now you can be chill and calm.
Yeah, no, all the stress is gone from
It's
me.
done, yes. No, I don't think there's any other real jump arounds on there.
Theo's asked, have we got a how to play T-Sons video for Paul? Well, now Paul's a member of Black Crow Gaming. If he wants to create a how to play T-Sons video, then he is welcome to. But I don't imagine he'll be needing one of those videos anytime soon.
I believe, Theo, you can actually pay Paul to coach you.
Does he offer that?
We'll find out in the chat in about 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
Paul's built up his collection of lost jumpers.
Oh, right, yeah.
Theo certainly needs to
just
watch
roll
it.
Sixes. No, just roll sixes is how you win with World Eaters. That's Manny's like genuine advice on how to win with World Eaters.
What works for most armies, anyway. To be fair,
yeah. No, you just auto get those sixes. You don't need to.
Yeah, I don't actually need to roll them. I just get sixes.
Yeah.
£625 for how to roll six. Sorry, how much?
Are you talking about someone's weight here, or?
I don't know. I'm hoping not. Actually, I'm not hoping. I don't know what.
That's it's a lot of money.
To show roll sixes, apparently. They just use miracle dice for it. It's cheaper.
Just have
Triumph.
The Triumph, yeah.
I think we're an hour and a half in.
Yeah, I think we've had a good podcast here. Thank you, Luke, for coming on and help me. We've had a great laugh, and thank you everyone that's come and chatted with us. It's been really good. It's good to have people in the chat. It makes it less boring for everyone. It makes it more interesting to engage. So cheers everyone for coming, and this has been the Black Crow Gaming Podcast. Thanks and goodbye.
Good night.